What's going on, everybody? This is Bandit FX YouTube, and today I'm going to be going over British Pound AUD or Pound Aussie Dollar today. This is my pre-market analysis for March 14th, 2021. So if we take a look at the weekly, you see we have a weekly resistance at 1.8070. So let me mark this out real quick. Our weekly resistance. Okay, now we have a weekly support at 177,825. This is our most recent weekly support. Okay, breaking it down to the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily's pretty sloppy, so we have this range that we're in on the daily time frame, or I mean, you could even say weekly. Whereas if everything's it's pretty choppy price action. There's no real clear direction of where price is moving. So what I'm gonna do is just mark off a daily resistance, which is basically the top of the range for the most part. Besides these couple fake outs right here. So our daily support, our most recent daily support, is going to be down here at this level. Okay. It's coming down to the 4-hour now. 4-hour, we're trending downwards. We do have a resistance right here on the 4-hour time frame. Our next support for GBPAUD on the 4-hour is down here. So coming down to the 1-hour time frame, we're coming into this little area of previous consolidation. Now, I do think we can continue down here, and the reason for that being, there's actually two reasons. One, if you go ahead and draw the fibs on the 4-hour basically to this swing, because this right here, this was a continuation. There was really no pullback, no significant pullback. This was a push down, consolidation, and then a continuation. So we did retrace the 618 level on the fibs before then continuing down, and we are basically in the process of breaking the lows here and continuing. So our next target is going to be the 27% extension, which to some degree lines up with this 4-hour support. So this is where I think we're headed in the near future. Let's come down to lower time frames to see where we can get ourselves a better entry. So looking at the 1-hour time frame, if we're going to draw the fibs right here, let's see, we have, you could say I was almost a 61.8, but for the sake of this video, we're going to see how this whole entire push down looks on the 1-hour time frame. So we basically broke this little low right here and then continued down. So what we're seeing here is a rejection of the 38.2 level, which is a very strong continuation indicator. So what I would ideally like to see for this pair to continue down is, let me just mark out these levels real quick, is on the 30-minute time frame, I would like to see this level get broken. So if we get it closed down here, you got a 24 pip range, and then we can continue down even further, because we have all this clean traffic all the way down here. This was basically the wicks on the 4-hour. So as long as we close below, let's see, 179.07. Okay, so this level flat, 179 flat. That is basically the 30-minute support. And it did reject pretty hard last time we hit it, but we did actually wick all the way down to this level. So I'm just going to leave that where it is. I do think sells would make sense below this level. Buys, I'm not too much of a fan of buys, only because the fibs are all pointing in one direction. But keep in mind that, on higher time frames, this is still in the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, which is still valid. We can range in this area before continuing down. So I'm going to mark out buys as well. Let's see, we have sells below. Let me move this down so it makes a little bit more sense for you guys. Sells below 179, 17, 16. So this is where I'm looking for sells. I'm also looking for buys, potentially if we break out of this range. This is a pretty big range. Obviously, you could take smaller trades in here, but I'm just not comfortable with it because it is ranging. And when you're trying to trade in a ranging market, you will lose, I would say, 90% of the time. So, 179, 500. Okay, so we have our GA buys marked out now. So this is basically what I'm looking for. Let's just take a look at the economic calendar here on Forex Factory real quick, just to make sure there is no news that could influence price. So we do have a speech on Sunday. This could heavily affect price, depending on what they're talking about. Due to speak at Melbourne's Business School online conference. Okay, so usually if it's something about interest rates or anything like that, it really causes the market to become volatile. But because it is a speech on Sunday, right after market open for Aussie dollar, chances are it's not going to have too much of an impact. So other than that, um, okay, we have interest rates again on Thursday for the British pound. We have employment and unemployment on Wednesday for the Aussie dollar. Okay, so those are basically our main events for this week for this pair. Um, Employment obviously can have a significant effect on price as well as interest rates. So we're going to see some volatility on Wednesday, possibly some on Sunday, but because it is Sunday and there's low trade volume, I don't think it's going to move too much. But Thursday for British pound bank rate statements, this is basically the interest rate, the federal funding rate for the central bank for the British pound. So this is very important. We're going to see a lot of volume, a big push one way or the other, and high volatility on Thursday. So keep an eye out for that. Just make sure you mark that off or you're at least aware of it. That if you are trading on those days, that you're conscious that that news is going to come out and it can heavily affect price. So just don't get caught in a trade with the opposite bias when that news releases and you're wondering why it just blew through your stop loss and you slipped an extra 5 or 6 pips, because that could definitely happen. I've seen it happen before and it's not a fun time. So, um, yeah, guys, this is basically my analysis for British pound Aussie dollar. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know if you guys want me to cover another pair that I haven't covered already. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys.